This is 1340 WJOL. We are Will County's News Talk Sports. Good morning. It's Tuesday, just after 9 o'clock. We bring you Money Talk, brought to you by NuMark Credit Union. Get control and power over your debt. Very important topic to talk about today. And for that, we bring in training manager for NuMark Credit Union. His name is Mack Story. Mack, good morning.
Good morning, Scott.
Hey, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Absolutely, anytime.
All right, hope all is well in your world. Before we get into our conversation with Mack here, I want to remind you that we are going to be giving away a $25 Visa gift card courtesy of NuMark Credit Union. We'll do that at the end of the program. How do you win it? Well, you listen closely over the next, 20 minutes or so. And at the end of our time together, we will ask you to repeat some information that Mack gave you, some factual information that Mack gave you. If you're caller number one on the Turk Furniture studio line at 815-254-7300, you are going to win a $25 Visa gift card, compliments of NuMark Credit Union. And did you know that credit unions help to change lives every single day? October is International Credit Union Month. There are 260 million members in 117 countries that celebrate credit unions. NuMark is celebrating with their member appreciation event on October 15th. There will be special gifts and auto special that you won't want to miss. Let NuMark Credit Union help you do more with your money and get to you a better place in terms of your financial future. Call 815-729-3211 or apply online at NuMarkCU.org. That's NuMarkCU.org. See the website for complete details. Limited time offer. Some restrictions apply. All right, Mack, you're on, buddy boy. Ready to go?
All right, let's do this.
All right, let's do this. And we're going to get into interest rates and we're going to get into debt scores and so on and so forth. But I think there are some positive things that we can take from COVID. I think a lot of us looked in the mirror or looked inward and cleaned up some of our finances that we've just kind of let dangling out there. Would you agree with that statement?
I would agree with that. I think with quarantine and people having a lot of time, they've been able to save money. Obviously, you're not going out as much, so you're not spending as much and everything. But you're also eating at home, so you're not going out to eat, that kind of thing. I think a lot of people have, really looked at their finances during this time. They've had a lot of time to themselves and to think and, make plans and get things going.
Yeah. There's an overused word called purging. And I did purge. I will use the overused word purge. I looked at how much money, Mack, I was spending on my, non-necessities, how much I was spending on my cable bill. I've reduced my cable bill since COVID by $150 a month. And you know what? Life went on and actually found a better option than just going with the standard cable. And I looked at some other things as well. My cell phone bill. I looked at a lot of different things and asked myself, do I really need all of this? And I think all told, and you're going to appreciate this because I am a member of NuMark Credit Union. You'll appreciate this. I have saved just on my cable and my Wi-Fi alone $1,800. I will save next year nearly $2,000. And that's not counting everything else that I did. That's pretty good.
That's great.
I should put on a little seminar. You should have me over to NuMark and I could tell everyone how to do it. You want to do that?
We should do that.
All right. Before we talk about debt specifically, you are a training manager. Kind of give us your background a little bit, Mack, about how you came to be at NuMark Credit Union.
I started at NuMark Credit Union about 7 years ago as a loan officer, moved myself up to branch manager, and now I'm the training manager for NuMark. I'm looking forward to a new role. We've got a lot of things coming up, and I enjoy training. That's part of my background. I like teaching learning adults.
Okay. And training, that means you go into a different branch and you train them how to better serve the customers? Is that how it works?
Yes, I can do that as well, but my role is more training the new employees on our systems and our policies and our procedures, and so that they can assist the members.
Got it. All right. Very, very cool. All creates a better customer service environment. That's what we like. All right, Mack, yes. Debt. It's a 4-letter word. starts with D and it ends with T, and it's not 100% bad, but most of us have too much of it.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. So give us a definition of.
Well, the Webster's Dictionary defines debt as money that you borrow with an understanding and agreement or a contract that you will repay the funds. So this is your credit cards, your mortgage, your student loans, your car loans, that kind of thing. It's you've signed a contract and you're repaying that debt.
Okay. And if you don't, there are consequences, right?
That is true.
Yeah, absolutely they are. Okay, so let's say someone is in serious debt. What is required to dig your way out of that situation?
I would say the first thing is you've got to have a plan. You've got to sit down, you've got to create a budget, and you've got to have willpower and perseverance and a commitment to change. If you're not going to change, then you're not going to get out of debt. You've got to have that plan, and you've got to start breaking those old habits.
Okay. What if somebody doesn't know how to start that plan? They don't know where to start. They need help.
I would say you need to sit down and take a look at what income you have coming in and what debt you have going out. So take a look at your bills and everything. A lot of times you know that you're in serious debt when you start paying your regular household bills with a credit card as opposed to your checking account. When you're paying your cable bill with a credit card or you're paying your electric bill with a credit card, all you're doing is moving that debt from one place to another. You're not paying it off. So that's one of the good key indicators, and you want to look for that and everything. There are many different types of debt and everything, so we will talk about that in a few minutes. But to get back to that, getting out of the serious debt, you want to make sure that you know where your money's going. A lot of people just pay the bill when it comes in, and they don't even think about it and everything. Sit down and make a list. I am a big user of the Excel spreadsheet. I keep everything out there and everything that will help you. There's formulas out there that can help you. And basically, you put in what's coming in and what's going out, and you start paying things down slowly.
Yeah, it is intimidating. And I think that's why a lot of people wait on trying to figure out how to get out of debt because, Mac, let's face it, it is intimidating. Where do I start? A lot of people don't like to take that look in the mirror, and I understand that. You don't want to say to yourself, oh, man, this has been bad, what we've been doing. But at some point, you've got to say that to yourself, okay, we've got to make a change.
Absolutely. That's the first step. You've got to realize that there's an issue, and you've got to take control of it.
Yep. All right, the different types of debt. Hit me with those.
So there's good, there's bad. Your different types of debt. You've got your secured credit, your unsecured credit, your installment, your revolving. Your secured credit, that's your collateral loans. That's your house, car. Your unsecured credit, there's no collateral. That's your credit cards, your personal loans, or installment loans. And then your installment loans, that is set to pay off on a certain date. That's your mortgage, your car loans, you've signed the contract, it's for a certain date, and by the end of that term, you're going to have that loan paid off. You have your revolving credit, that's your credit cards. You pay them off and use them again, so it's all constantly revolving.
Okay. Are any of those worse to have than others? I'm guessing unsecured loans would be ones you want to try to stay away from as much as possible?
Not necessarily. It just depends on the way that you use them. A lot of people like to, we have vacation loans and holiday loans here at the credit union that we want to help people with. So those are unsecured. You just don't want to get overextended. So you want to make sure that you don't borrow too much and everything. And we're here to help you with that. So when you do apply, we take a look at the whole picture and try to get you into the product that works best for your need.
Yeah, I know you guys, when people do refis, you do credit counseling prior to signing on the dotted line. So that's something nice.
Yes, we do that as well. All of our loan officers, they look at the whole picture when you apply for a loan. And if there's something, even if you're applying for a car loan, maybe there's something else that we can help you with at the same time to kind of, maybe pay off those credit cards, or if you've got any equity in that car loan, maybe we can add money to it to get some of those credit cards paid off, and that kind of thing, just to help you save some money.
Yeah. I mean, what interest rate are we looking at right now in terms of a credit card? I mean, if you use revolving credit line, we're way up over 20%, right?
Yes. Credit cards right now, ours started around 17% and go up. It's based on, credit score and credit worthiness and everything. So we do look at that as well.
Okay. We're talking to Mack Story, training manager, NuMark Credit Union. This is Money Talk. Stick around. We're going to be giving away a $25 Visa gift card, compliments of NuMark Credit Union here in just a little bit. Mack, we've already talked about the first step is, like anything else, realizing I'm in debt. I got too much. I got to figure it out. So let's get into the pros and cons of credit. I mean, because there's ways that that credit's a good thing, and there's ways that people are treating it where it's not so good.
Yes, your pros, though, you've got to have credit, especially if you want to buy a house, if you want to buy a car, you've got to have credit, and you've got to start somewhere. So, the young borrowers that are just starting out, they want to buy their first vehicle. They're probably going to need a cosigner, mom or dad or grandma, grandpa, somebody to help them out, get them started. That doesn't mean that they will pay for the loan for the young borrower. That just means they're there to say, yes, we're going to help them out. We're going to get them going. And then that way, and down the line, they'll be able to get that credit without that cosigner and everything. They'll also get lower interest rates because they started their credit and they're paying that debt on time and everything. So as long as you do that, then that's good credit. Some cons of credit is getting too much. You definitely don't want to get too much credit. I say a good measure is you want to have one or two credit cards, you want to have a car loan, that mortgage and everything. That's really going to help your credit score grow, and you're going to get a higher credit score, which is going to get you a lower rate no matter what you apply for. So that's kind of the pros and cons of credit. You just balance it out, make sure you're not doing too many credit cards. You want to look at that, everything, make sure that it's within your budget.
Okay. Mack, my son, for example, is 21 years old. He wanted to open a credit card to get something at Home Depot. And actually, he was out shopping and he wanted to get it from me. He didn't have my card. I said, hey, just go ahead and try to open up a Home Depot credit card. You've never done this before. You should be able to get some credit. But because he's never had a credit card before, they said no. Even though he had a job, it was a summer job, he was making good money, they wouldn't let him do it. That's kind of frustrating, but that's where that co-signing probably comes in, right?
That, yes, the cosigner could help. Also, we always recommend maybe starting out with a secured credit card. That's where you put money in a savings account. It's placed on hold. We give you a credit card against that. And then you pay it off. You use it each month and pay it off, and it shows some payment history and everything. So that way, after about a year, you can get that card turned into a regular credit card and then get your money back in your savings and everything. So that's the other option, cosigners or maybe even that secured credit card.
All right. Is there a formula or something along those lines to kind of identify if you're using too much credit?
If you're paying out more than your income that's coming in, you're using too much credit. That's a good indicator. If you're, when you get paid, all of us, on a Friday you get paid, and on Saturday you don't have any more money because you paid all your debts, that's a good indicator that maybe you're overextended with your credit. You want to just take a look at that and make sure you have a good mixture of what's coming in to compare to what's going out.
All right, let's get into FICO scores right now. Can you kind of give us a definition of what that is?
That is the score. It's a number the credit bureaus assign to you, and it's based on your payment history. It's based on the mixture of credit that you have, your inquiries. I always say when you're applying for credit, only apply when you absolutely need it. So that way, because the inquiries do count against you. However, not that much, and everything. But that's how the credit bureaus determine what your FICO score is based on your history and your credit, worthiness and what you're doing with your credit.
So FICO score, a big deal. Big deal. Need a good one. Give us some level. Give us the great level. Give us great level, okay level, and give us the danger zone, and then give us where you've got literally no chance.
I would say average, anywhere from 630 to 700. Anything over a 700, you're in a good zone there. They do go up to about 850. I'll be honest, I don't see many 850s. I do see some 800s, but it's really hard to get to that 850. But, with perseverance, you can get there as long as you're making those monthly payments and everything on time. Anything below 600, you're kind of getting in the red zone there. That doesn't mean you can't get a loan. That just means that you're going to pay a higher interest rate when you get down to that level.
Let's talk a little bit about how to maybe help that credit score. Some tips. How can we maybe get that sucker, from that danger zone back to where when we walk in somewhere we feel comfortable?
Make sure you make your monthly payments. Even if you're only making the minimum payment on those credit cards, make sure you make that monthly payment. If you're having any problems or you're struggling to make those payments, call your creditors. Work with them. Most of them, I will be honest, nobody wants to, take your money away from you and everything. They will work with you for the most part, as best as they can, and everything. They may close the credit card and then you just make monthly payments. But as long as you're making those payments, that's going to help your score tremendously. It's like, don't ignore the payments and don't ignore your creditors. Reach out to them, talk to them, let them know what's going on, let them know your circumstances. Most of them will work with you. I know NuMark does. We don't like to take cars. We don't like to charge off, loans and everything. We want to work with our members and help them out the best way we can.
Very cool. All right. So just kind of recap and, bringing everything full circle here, Mack, if people are just tuning in, tackling debt. Give us a couple, 2, 3, 4 easy bullet point steps.
First one is make a plan. The second one I would say is cut your spending. If you're going to Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, you're getting that coffee every morning, maybe start making coffee at home. That'll save you a little bit of money. Get organized. That's the big key, is you've got to get organized. Make sure you know exactly what's coming in and exactly what's going out. So make sure you understand what you owe on your credit card debt or on your other debt. Make sure you understand what's going on.
All right. And last but not least, how can NuMark help those who are looking to start a debt management plan? Can they come see you?
Absolutely. Stop in any one of our branches. We have many different loan types that we can maybe help out with. We even have a couple of employees that are certified to help with budgets. They can help you with the budget plan. We have a home equity loan, so you can put your home to work for you. Maybe get a home equity loan to pay off some of those credit cards. And we also do debt consolidation loans. It just depends on the situation, and we take a look at each member, and we put them in the best product for them to help them out.
Sounds great. Mack Story is a training manager with NuMark Credit Union. Mack, thanks for coming on this morning. Some great information. We really appreciate it.
Great, Scott. Thank you.
All right, and now is that time where we give away a $25 Visa gift card courtesy of our friends at NuMark Credit Union. How do you win? It's simple. You be the first correct caller right now on the Turk Furniture studio line at 815-254-7300. If you are the first correct caller, what do? Is you tell me the answer to the following question. Here's the question. What is the first thing that'll help you dig your way out of debt? 815-254-7300. Again, that's 815-254-7300. First correct caller on the Turk Furniture studio line. You are going to win. Again, the question, what is the number one thing, the first thing you need to do to realize or to start getting yourself out of debt? $25 Visa gift card courtesy of NuMark Credit Union. And don't forget, NuMark Credit Union is there for you, with locations all throughout the area, including one just right down the street from where we're sitting here on Caton Farm Road in Crest Hill.